Hey, 555ers, Andrew here. Hope you're having an awesome summer so far. I'm here with the first video of my summer season of videos, and I've got a really interesting thing to review today. This is an initial look at the Drew's Boots Contractor in 6-inch. These are really impressive Pacific Northwest style contractor boots. So they've basically got the thick style heel and a modified 55 last, which is sort of exemplary of the Pacific Northwest style. Now, of course, I'm from Minnesota. I love Red Wing boots. I have a lot of Red Wing boots, and for most of my needs, I'm not a wildland firefighter or a lineman or in one of those really dangerous careers like a firefighter where I need a really super heavy duty pair of boots. That being said, this style of boot does really interest me, and it's because it has an amazing heritage. This type of boot really goes back to as far as westward expansion and the logging industry that really arose primarily out of the Pacific Northwest. And so you have companies like White's and Wesco and Drew's Boots that have been making these excellent traditional firefighter, wildland type of boots since the turn of the 20th century. And Drew's Boots has been around since 1918. They're still based out of Eugene, Oregon, but the reason why these boots are so cheap is because they're made in Mexico. Now, the main reason why these boots have not been reviewed on my channel, or this style of boot has not been reviewed on my channel, is actually just because this type of boot is very cost prohibitive. Normally, you'd be looking at $600 plus for a pair of Whites or a pair of Nicks or a pair of Wescos if you were looking for a full wildland firefighter type of boots. And you can go to like the Wrangler Star channel to get all kinds of information on those type of boots. But these ones are very interesting because you're getting all of that high level build quality that you're getting in all those Pacific Northwest style boots, and you're saving a large amount of money because these are coming in at $385 with this specific specification, the 6-inch Rogue smooth leather, which is very similar to Chrome XL. I would say it came out maybe with a little bit more texture, a little bit more feathering in the leather. It's a little bit more beat up, but overall what you're getting is a boot that's built to the very high Pacific Northwest boot ruggedness standards, but saving almost a third of the price. So Drew's Boots were generous enough to send me these boots, and I'm going to talk through my initial impressions of these boots today. Let me tell you that the quality of these boots certainly exceeds what I have for my Red Wings, and that's something I'm a little embarrassed about, to be honest. The quality of the leather is extremely high. This comes from a tannery in Mexico, a full leather toe box, a full heel counter made out of leather, and this is of course all stacked leather in the heel. Beautiful vibrant mini lug sole here, double stitching, and of course quadruple stitching here. The build quality of this boot is really second to none. I have been very impressed with these boots, although I've got to tell you the break-in period is going to be significant for these. I can tell that it's going to take me a while to break them in because they're so sturdy. The raised heel, of course, if you're not familiar with this style of boot, is to give extra support. It's a very traditional way of giving extra arch support and actually improving posture. My initial impression, having very flat feet, is that they're comfortable. But I do know that it takes some adjustment to wearing these boots all day, and so I will have to report back to you about whether or not these boots are really comfortable on a day-to-day basis. Drew's Boots was one of the many brands that still exist from that 19th century turning into 20th century, as it were, gold rush into forestry on the Pacific Northwest. And even though there have been significant restrictions put on forestry since the 1990s, in the Pacific Northwest, these boots are still extremely popular because they're some of the highest quality boots that have ever been made as far as work boots are concerned. And these boots are extremely heavy, they're extremely overbuilt, the leather's very thick, and I have a feeling that these are definitely lifer boots. If you like this style and you're looking for this type of quality, there's no doubt that you're not gonna be able to destroy these boots. Now, if you're actually a firefighter or a lumberjack, you're probably looking for a boot that has the rough outside of the leather facing out, because that is the traditional way to have a little bit more durable material here. But if you're just looking for a really sturdy style of boot that has a lot of other kind of applications, I can imagine you being in construction or working like as a carpenter, or even just wearing these for hiking, for projects where you just know you need an extra sturdy boot. I actually think that this would be a fun boot to wear if you're like a performing musician. Really sturdy boot, really confident, inspiring boot to wear. And you have this comfortable modified 55 toe box here, which if you go to Drew's Boots website, they explain how they basically made it slightly wider. I have size D with feet, but they're just a little flat and a little bit wider than D, and so this last was extremely comfortable. I did have to size down an entire size to make these fit. So my initial impression of these boots out of box is that they're extremely high quality. The quality of the leather is maybe not the finest leather that you'll find. There are small imperfections in the leather, but given the style of boot, you're not going to be looking for a boot that's completely free of imperfections, I don't think. When you get these boots, you get something that I was really glad to see, which is a form for professional repair services. So many times when you get boutique or higher level boots, there's very little information about what's going to happen when you need these boots to be serviced. And you've got everything you need here, and they even remind you to hang on to your box so that you can ship this. That's really smart and simple. The other thing that I love to see was a handwritten note. And from the other reviews that I've seen of this, you actually get a handwritten note with every pair of boots. So again, this is not like you're just getting some overseas boots that no one is taking a look at. These are really a serious boot with an intense level of detail. Just looking at the leather throughout this boot, it's just obvious that whether you're looking at the beautiful pull-up leather in the back, if you're looking at the brass hardware, which is extremely sturdy, or you're looking on the inside of the boot, which has, again, as I mentioned, a leather heel counter as well as a leather toe box. In addition to the nice paperwork and the quality box it comes with, it does come with a false tongue. I've also heard these described as skirts or kilts, and you can put that in there just for some extra protection. I opted not to, as the sort of northern Midwesterner. It's not a look that is as common around here. You do, of course, have a gusseted tongue. It's not a very heavily gusseted tongue, so that's going to make it easier to get your feet in. Hey, Triple Fivers, if you made it this far, you know that I usually shoot these videos with the help of some of my kids, and we had some technical difficulties. Down in the shop now to wrap up this video. The contractors they're aptly named. If you're the person who's no longer the laborer but the contractor and you still want that high quality level of boot, or if you're interested in the Pacific Northwestern style but you don't need 12 inches of boot, you still want that high level of quality, then these are getting you in at a price point that otherwise doesn't exist for what is really a very premium price tag, because they're a very specialist type of boot. And I think that the quality is all there, even though you're saving almost 30% on what you would be paying for the full-size versions of these boots. I think that I'll actually wear these boots a lot more than what I would be wearing if I got the full-size version of these boots, and they're beautifully dressed up. I think they'll be really nice to take out on the town. So I want to thank Drew's for sending me these boots in for review, and I would love to hear from you what questions you have as I break these boots in. What kind of things do you think will matter for the average person who's considering these boots to know about as they are looking at the different boots on the market? And as I get more into the summer season of reviews, please let me know what you would like to see in the comments below. If you made it this far and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. I could use every sub at this point. It's been a channel that I've been running for a long time, and I'm not picking up a lot of new subs, so if you're new to the channel here, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and guys, cheers and thanks for watching.